If you are considering a career in cybersecurity, or you have already started your career and you would like to learn how to make the most of it, then this is the course for you. Hi, my name is Vinay Kumar. I am a cybersecurity consultant and I have been in this field for more than 12 years. In this course, I will walk you through the cybersecurity career field and explain you why cybersecurity professionals are in huge demand. We will explore the cybersecurity career marketplace and where you are most likely to find jobs. Key security concepts and essential skills for the profession. The most common careers and how to chart your path to achieve your career goals. Then I'll dissect the most in demand and relevant cybersecurity certifications to help you get the job you want. And then I'll share some career advice from my own experiences. Cybersecurity is a huge field that includes data security, information security, and cybersecurity. So whether you are about to start your career or you have been doing it for years, there's always something new to learn about this exciting field. So let's cyber. This course is about what it takes to be a successful cybersecurity professional. I'll explain why cybersecurity professionals are in such high demand and dissect marketplaces where they are especially needed. This course explores common cybersecurity jobs and the skills necessary for each. You will learn about the many cybersecurity certifications you can take to enhance your career, focusing on certifications which are most commonly requested by employers. I'll share career advice to improve your chances of advancing as a cybersecurity professional. When you finish this course, you will know which actions to take to begin or improve your cybersecurity career. And while I make no assumptions about who you are and why you might be taking this course, I think this course should be most useful to three types of people. First, this course is for anyone regardless of background who has an interest in technology and security and wants to explore what it takes to be a cybersecurity professional. Current IT professionals looking to transition to a more exciting or lucrative career are also good candidates for this course. You will learn why cybersecurity professionals are in such high demand and why they may enjoy more job satisfaction than they would in other IT jobs. Finally, this course is for people who are currently in cybersecurity field and who want to enhance their career. You will learn about cybersecurity certifications to validate your experience and make you a more desirable candidate. I designed this course to benefit people from a wide variety of backgrounds and experience, and I hope that includes you. There are 5 reasons why you want to consider starting a career in cybersecurity. First, there's much more demand for qualified cybersecurity professionals than supply. As I will show in the history of cybersecurity video, recent trends, including the increased number of successful security attacks and regulatory requirements for strong security, are driving demand for cybersecurity professionals. Second, once you have your cybersecurity job, as long as you are effective in your role, you can expect long-term job security because good cybersecurity professionals are hard to find. A smart organization will want you stay as long as possible. There are many types of IT or cybersecurity jobs to choose from. You shouldn't have any problem finding a job that fits your skill set, experience, personality, and career aspirations. Fourth, there is plenty of career growth potential when you have a cybersecurity job. You can start out as a brand new cybersecurity technician and take your career all the way to a cybersecurity director, if that's your desire. And finally, a great reason to start a career in cybersecurity is you'll probably get paid more. 2015 Burning Glass Cybersecurity Jobs Report identified a security premium of 9% compared to other IT workers. In other words, cybersecurity professionals can expect to get an average salary premium of nearly $6,500 per year because their skills are in such high demand. These 5 reasons are why many people are seriously considering starting a career in cybersecurity. Let's take a look at some of the key events in cybersecurity history. This quick history lesson will give you some context to the quickly evolving world of cybersecurity and the growing need of security professionals. There are many significant events that have impacted cybersecurity over more than 40 years. The timeline starts in 1969 when ARPANET, the precursor to the Internet, sent its first message. TCP/IP, the same transmission protocol we use on the Internet today, was tested for the first time 6 years later in 1975. In 1983, ARPANET began using testing TCP/IP, bringing it one step closer to the Internet we know today. The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, and which criminalized many forms of computer hacks and attacks, was passed by United States Congress in 1986. In 1988, the major network worm was released by Robert Thurman Morris, crippling thousands of computers and causing millions in estimated damages. The Morris worm led to the creation of the US Computer Emergency Response Team Coordination Center, or CERT-CC, later that year. Morris was the first person convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. In 90s, the internet as we know it was born when ARPANET was decommissioned. In the US, the 90s brought us laws and standards still important to us today. The Health Insurance Probability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, defined security safeguards for electronic protected health information to EPHI. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, or GLBA, included the safeguards rule requiring financial institutions to develop a written information security plan to protect clients' non-public personal information. In the early 2000s, more US laws and standards were established, including the Federal Information Security Management Act, or FISMA, which requires all US federal agencies to develop, document, and implement an information security program. In 2002, California became the first state to require companies who have suffered a data breach to notify their customers. Then in 2004, the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards, or PCI DSS, outlined the basic security levels for merchants who store, process, and transmit cardholder data. In the late 2000s, the number of hacks and attacks continued to increase, starting with the TJ Maxx hacked in 2005, which led to the theft of 45 million customers' credit and debit account details. Also in 2005, the ISO IEC 27001 was published as an international security standard, which is still used today as the basis for organizations' security policies. From 2010 to 2015, we saw a major spike in hacks and attacks. Governments, healthcare, technology, and finance are just a few of the many industries that have suffered data breaches. Altogether, many millions of sensitive organizations and personal records were breached over these 5 years. As you can see, a lot has happened in the world of cybersecurity since 1969. Three major trends are evident in these events. Cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated, frequent, and successful. No one is safe from a cyber attack. Another significant trend is the increasing need for cybersecurity professionals due to regulatory requirements for stronger security. Organizations seeking to protect themselves from cyber threats and customer demands that business protect their sensitive information. You should now see why businesses and organizations worldwide seek qualified security professionals to help protect their systems and data. There are four key concepts you are likely to encounter in a cybersecurity career. I'll introduce CIA, best practices, defense in depth, and policies, standards, procedures, and guidelines in this video. If you are planning a career in the industry, the more you know about these concepts, the better. Let's start with the concept of CIA. And no, This isn't the Central Intelligence Agency. In the cybersecurity world, CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and may sometimes be referred to as the CIA triangle or CIA triad. It isn't unusual to see job listing requiring applicants have fundamental understanding of CIA. CIA is often considered the foundational concept of cybersecurity because if you are missing any one of the components, the C, I, or A, you can't have a strong security. In a nutshell, confidentiality refers to keeping security information secret. Integrity means protecting information from being changed or damaged, and availability means ensuring information is available when needed. Companies and organizations will expect you to understand and apply the CIA concept in your role supporting the security program. The next key concept is best practices. Cybersecurity job listing may say something like the candidate must know security best practices, but best practices refers to the methodologies generally recognized to achieve strong security within an organization. But if you would like to find the definitive source for cybersecurity best practices, you are going to have a challenge because there really isn't any. True, you can do a web search and find plenty of sites talking about security best practices, but their interpretation of best practices may not match other sources. Everyone seems to have their own opinion about what best practices are. My advice to anyone wanting to understand security best practices is to start by studying cybersecurity frameworks such as ISO, IEC 27001 or 27002, NIST Special Publication 853, CIS Critical Security Controls, and PCI Data Security Standard. These frameworks are internationally recognized security standards that will cover what most people consider to be security best practices. After you are familiar with those, you can conduct your own web research to fill in any gaps. Another key concept you will likely encounter in your cybersecurity career is the concept of defense in depth. Defense in depth is the classic military idea of having many lines of defense to protect from the same form of attack. That's why castles will have moats, high walls, and arches to protect against enemy armies. Similarly, organizations want to have many ways to protect against security threats in case any one of them fail. This is also referred to as the belt and suspenders approach. So an example of defense in depth to protect against malware would be an anti-malware controls on firewalls and mail servers, network monitors to detect malware traffic signatures and anti-malware software on all servers and workstations. And the final cybersecurity key concept is policy, standards, procedures, and guidelines. Many cybersecurity jobs will require you to support, enforce, develop, or implement security policies, standards, guidelines, and even procedures. They may sound familiar, but they are really quite different. Policies are general statements from management about security rules that need to be followed. Standards are specific mandatory security controls. Procedures are step-by-step instructions for implementing these standards and policies, and guidelines are recommended actions to follow. The more you work with security policies, standards, and guidelines, the more clearly you will recognize the difference between them. You will certainly run across other security concepts in your career, but in this video, I have covered four of the most common that you will expect it to know and may be asked about. As it says in the name, a big part of information technology security is technology. You won't get far in this field without a strong understanding of certain technologies. IP networking, firewalls, and cryptography are three fundamental technologies you must understand as a cybersecurity professional. These technologies are foundational because many other technologies are based on or are closely related to them. Let's start with the IP networking. As a cybersecurity professional, you will be working with the Internet Protocol or IP and other network communication protocols on a regular basis. You will need to understand IP networking because many security attacks are based on its flows. Knowledge of a few key IP networking concepts is critical. You should understand how datagrams are constructed with a header and payload, and what encapsulation is. All IT professionals should know about IP addresses and subnets. Understanding how IP routing works to transport data packets across network boundaries using routers, and how it relates to the 7-layer of OSI model is also helpful. There are also many common protocols in the Internet Protocol suite you will need to be familiar with. Each of these has their own purposes and functions. Depending on your career, some of these will be more important than others. You will also be expected to understand common attacks that exploit IP networking flaws, including eavesdropping, IP address spoofing, denial of service attacks, sniffer attacks, and man-in-the-middle attacks. The next technology you should know is related to the first, firewalls. Firewalls are used to protect the perimeter of networks. That makes them an important technology for security professionals to understand. You will need to know what the different type of firewalls like stateless, stateful, or proxy are used for and how they work. Where firewalls are needed to be placed on a network. How firewall rules, sets, and packet filtering work. Well-known ports for various type of internet traffic, the difference between network layer and application layer firewalls, and how network address translation and private address ranges are used to protect hosts behind the firewall. Firewalls are also natural target for attackers. You will need to know about common firewall attacks like brute force and default password attacks, firewall vulnerability attacks, attacks against misconfigured firewalls, and distributed denial of service attacks. The final technology that you will need to understand as a security professional is cryptography. A lot of security is achieved by encrypting data. You need to have a strong understanding of how encryption works. You should know common cryptography algorithms such as AES, Diffie-Hellman, RSA, ECC, and others. The difference between secret key and public key cryptography, and common cryptography concepts such as digital signatures, certificate authorities, hash functions, salt, key length, symmetric and asymmetric cryptography, stenography, and more. Like any security technology, though cryptography is subject to attacks, some common cryptographic attacks include brute force, rainbow tables, birthday attacks, cryptographic weaknesses attack, and side channel attacks. There are certainly many more technologies you will need to understand, but IP networking, firewalls, and cryptography are foundational for a successful cybersecurity career. As an cybersecurity professional, one of your main duties will be to protect your organization and its users from cybersecurity threats. To do that well, you need to have a good understanding of the cybersecurity threat landscape. There's a whole universe of cybersecurity threats to explore, but let's look at some you may have already heard of. First, we have unsecured Internet of Things, IoT devices. Particularly, any device connected to the internet can become an IoT device. The problem is many of these devices have weak security and they are easily taken over by hackers. They can then be used for many types of security attacks, including distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks. Next, there's cloud computing based threats. As more organizations move their computing infrastructure to the cloud, it's becoming both a bigger target for attackers and a growing source of attacks. There are so many threats to cloud computing that in 2016, the Cloud Security Alliance came out with a research report mentioning top threats to cloud computing. Ransomware is a form of malware designed to encrypt data and files on the infected computer. The malware then instructs the user to send the attackers money to recover their information. Due to their success, ransomware attacks have generated a lot of dramatic headlines, like about a county in the state of Georgia which paid a ransom of $400,000 to get their data back. And then we have cryptojacking, also known as malicious crypto mining. This threat is the secret and unauthorized use of computers to mine and forward cryptocurrencies. Cryptojacking is a growing threat to both individuals and enterprises because it can be a big revenue stream to the attackers. It can also be a challenging to detect and defend against because it's designed to be stealthy. For a deep dive into these and many more current cybersecurity threats and how to protect against them, I recommend taking my YouTube learning course, Cybersecurity Training for Beginners. Click on the I button to access this course. The better you get at defending against cybersecurity threats, the more successful you will be as a cybersecurity professional. One of the benefits of being in the cybersecurity industry is the great variety of resources available which can enhance your career. Some of these resources are educational while others are more entertaining, but luckily many of them are free. We will start with a few general security resources. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, maintains a Computer Security Resource Center. The CSRC is a helpful site when you are looking for examples of security policies and standards, especially if you are writing these for your organization and you need some inspiration. Next is CERIS, the Center for Education and Research in Information Assurance and Security at Purdue University. Here you will find free cybersecurity seminars plus industry news and opinion. And you will also want to check out Sense Reading Room, where you can reference more than 2,500 cybersecurity white papers written by other security professionals. As an cybersecurity professional, people will expect you to know and have an opinion about current security events. You can stay on top of cybersecurity news, events, and trends by reading these blogs: Cubs on Security, Naked Security, Threat Level, Dark Reading, Threat Post, and Information Security Magazine. Sometimes it's easier to listen to security news and commentary, so you might enjoy these popular security podcasts: Breaking Down Security, Down the Security Rabbit Hole, Southern Fried Security Podcast, Security Current Podcast, and the Sense Internet Storm Center Daily Podcast. There is no lack of paid training opportunities in the cybersecurity field, but there are also high quality free training resources if you know where to look. Check out these free trainings if you need to expand your knowledge in these areas. Cybersecurity YouTube channel, which provides free cybersecurity training on wide variety of topics such as ethical hacking, network security, information security, and cyber defense, including career guidance and latest topics and trends. Metasploit Unleashed, a free course on ethical hacking using the Metasploit framework. CISSP Cryptography Mini Course, a free course covering the basics of cryptography, and Sense Cyber is, which provides courses on fundamental cybersecurity topics like operating systems, networking, and system administration. For a mix of education and entertainment, there are plenty of great cybersecurity books worth reading. My personal favorite, How to Think Like a Manager for the CISSP by Luke Emmett. Schneier on Security is a great read that explores security expert Bruce Schneier's security philosophy. There are also four rewriting titles that tell real stories of hacking, espionage, and cybercrime: Ghost in the Wire, My Adventures as the World's Most Wanted Hacker by Kevin Mitnick, Spam Nation, the inside story of organized cybercrime from global epidemic to your front door by Brian Krebs, The Cuckoo's Act, tracking a spy through the maze of computer espionage by Cliff Stoll, and finally Kingpin, How One Hacker Took Over the Billion-Dollar Cybercrime Underground by Kevin Paulson. Of course, there are many other resources of cybersecurity professionals that the ones I have covered here. And as you progress in your career, you will find your own favorites. In the ever changing world of cybersecurity, the most important factor when determining where you get your news is data quality. If you are researching marketplaces for your cybersecurity skills, the US federal government is worth serious consideration. There are three reasons why the government is a major marketplace for cybersecurity jobs. Federal agencies are required to be secure, they are prime cyber attack targets, and the government recognizes it has a problem and is serious about fixing it. First, federal agencies are required by law to be secured. That law is Federal Information Security Management Act or FISMA. FISMA requires federal agencies to implement a comprehensive program to protect government information, operations, and assets against natural or man-made threats. That means all federal agencies need cybersecurity directors, managers, engineers, analysts, and other security professionals to ensure their security programs and systems are implemented and function correctly. Second, federal agencies are prime cyber attack targets. Attackers know that government agencies handle vast amount of highly sensitive information. Yet, even with FISMA, many agencies are lacking when it comes to cybersecurity. In fact, a Government Accountability Office (GAO) report noted that information security incidents rose an outstanding 1000% between 2006 and 2014. And unfortunately, some of these attacks have been successful on a massive scale. We saw this in the Office of Personnel Management or OPM hack, where the sensitive personal information of nearly 22 million people was stolen. Because federal agencies are such big targets, cybersecurity professionals are badly needed to help prevent against future attacks and breaches. And finally, the government recognizes it has a problem and is actively paying for better cybersecurity to fix it. In 2016, the US federal government introduced the Federal Cybersecurity Workforce Strategy designed to develop and strengthen the federal cybersecurity workforce. The government wants to demonstrate that it is the employer of choice of cybersecurity professionals by offering rewarding, unique, and dynamic careers that rival opportunities anywhere else in the world. Also in 2016, the Cybersecurity National Action Plan or CNAP received $3.1 billion in federal funding to pay for improvement in cybersecurity. So clearly, the federal government is serious about improving cybersecurity and it will need professionals to help make that happen. While there are more, these are just three reasons why the federal government is a strong marketplace for cybersecurity skills. Financial institutions are a great marketplace for cybersecurity professionals for three reasons. They are required to be secured, they are cyber attack targets, and the demand for cybersecurity professionals from them is growing. First, financial institutions are required by the law to be secured. All US financial institutions must comply with the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act or GLBA, which requires them to ensure the security and confidentiality of customer information, protect against any anticipated threats to the security or integrity of customer information, and protect against unauthorized access to customer information which could result in substantial harm or inconvenience to any customer. Ever since GLBA was enacted in 1999, cybersecurity has been a high priority of financial institutions. But even with that focus, that hasn't slowed the number of cyber attacks. Hackers gravitate to banks and other financial institutions because, as the saying goes, that's where the money is. Which brings us to the next reason why financial institutions are a key marketplace for cybersecurity professionals. They are prime cyber attack targets. It isn't unusual to hear about high profile attacks of financial institutions. For instance, JP Morgan announced in 2014 that more than 70 million households and 7 million small businesses may have had their private data breached in a cyber attack. And in 2015, Kaspersky Labs reported that an international hacking ring used malware to steal as much as $1 billion from more than 100 banks in 30 countries. Obviously, security attacks aren't a problem that is going away anytime soon for financial institutions, which is another reason why cybersecurity professionals in this marketplace are more important than ever. And the final reason why financial institutions are a strong marketplace for cybersecurity professionals is the demand for them is much higher than the supply. According to the 2015 Burning Glass Cybersecurity Job Reports, job posting for cybersecurity professionals from financial institutions grew 131% between 2010 and 2014, and a 2015 Forbes article about the growing cybersecurity market said the 2015 US financial services cybersecurity market will reach $9.5 billion, making it the largest non-government cybersecurity market. Chances are good that the demand for cybersecurity professionals in financial institutions will continue to be strong well into the future. While there are more, these are just three reasons why financial institutions are a strong marketplace for your cybersecurity skills. Healthcare organizations are another great marketplace for cybersecurity professionals. First, healthcare organizations are required by law to be secured. All US healthcare organizations must comply with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act or HIPAA, which requires them to implement an appropriate administrative, physical, and technical safeguards to ensure the security of patients' electronic protected health information. In 2003, the HIPAA security rule was published, which established national standards to protect electronic personal information that is created, used, or maintained by healthcare organizations. The security rule creates many requirements, including designating a security official responsible for developing and implementing security policies and procedures, training all workforce members on security policies and procedures, implementing security controls for workstations, devices, and facility access, and implementing technical safeguards for access controls, integrity controls, audit controls, and transmission security. Ever since HIPAA was enacted in 1996, cybersecurity has been a high priority for healthcare organizations. Yet, even with the HIPAA security rule, healthcare organizations have suffered major security breaches. Hackers target healthcare organizations because they know vast number of highly sensitive personal records are stored within them. Which brings us to the next reason why healthcare organizations are a key marketplace for cybersecurity professionals. They are prime cyber attack targets. At the end of 2015, the Identity Theft Resource Center published its data breach report. Of 718 known data breaches that year, the medical healthcare sector had the second highest of breaches with 276, but the highest number of total records breached by far, more than 121 million. Much of that loss was due to the Anthem hack, where more than 78 million patient records were breached, the largest healthcare breach ever. The final reason why healthcare organizations are a strong marketplace for cybersecurity professionals is the demand for them continues to grow. According to the 2015 Burning Glass Cybersecurity Jobs Report, job postings for cybersecurity professionals from healthcare organizations grew 118% between 2010 and 2014. As the threats to the healthcare organizations continue to rise, so will the need for cybersecurity professionals. Corporations in the US are excellent marketplaces for cybersecurity. First, all publicly traded US corporations are required by law to be secure. That law is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act or SOX. While SOX doesn't require specific security controls, it does require strong internal controls on corporate financial data. These controls must be assessed each year by both internal personnel and external auditors. Only an effective security program would achieve these requirements. Ever since SOX was enacted in 2002, the need for cybersecurity professionals to define, implement, and maintain the security controls for corporate financial data has been increasing. But even with the SOX, corporations have suffered major security breaches. Hackers target corporations because they know vast amount of highly sensitive company and personal data are stored within them. That's another reason why corporations are a key marketplace for cybersecurity professionals. They're prime cyber attack targets. At the end of 2015, the Identity Theft Resource Center published its data breach report. Of 780 known data breaches that year, the business sector had the highest number of breaches with 312 and more than 16 million record breached. Most corporations are targeted by hackers, both state sponsored and third party, seeking to steal trade secrets, blueprints, and business plans. In 2014, the US Attorney General indicated members of the Chinese military, accusing them of hacking corporations to spy and steal secrets. And it doesn't matter how large or small a corporation is, they are all potential cyber attack targets. In fact, in what has been described as the hack of the century, Sony Pictures Entertainment suffered one of the largest hacks ever in 2015. Hackers infected Sony's system with malware that contributed to the loss of terabyte of information, including personal employee information, internal emails, salary details, and copies of an unreleased film. Size doesn't matter here. Huge corporations can be the victim of a coordinated cyber attack just as easily as other smaller organizations. Just like banking, healthcare, and government, corporations are a strong marketplace for cybersecurity professionals as demand continues to grow. According to the 2015 Cybersecurity Jobs Report, the worldwide shortage of information security professionals was at 1 million openings, and that's projected to increase to 1.5 million by 2020. Clearly, the demand for cybersecurity professionals at corporations is outspacing the supply. As the threats to corporation continues to rise, so will the need for cybersecurity professionals. There are good reasons why all large retail businesses are a strong marketplace for cybersecurity professionals seeking employment. First, most retail businesses process credit cards, which means they must comply with the credit card industry regulations to be secured. This regulation is the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or PCI DSS. PCI DSS has strict security control requirements that retailers need to follow or they'll lose their ability to process credit cards. The, these security controls include installing and maintaining firewalls, encrypting cardholder data in transit, implementing anti-malware software, and monitoring and testing networks regularly. Because PCI DSS is an industry regulation, it applies to any business in the world that processes Visa, MasterCard, and many other credit card brands. In addition to traditional brick and mortar retailers, PCI DSS applies to online retailers and businesses using credit cards to conduct e-commerce. Ever since PCI DSS was first released in 2004, the need for cybersecurity at retailers has been increasing. Retailers need cybersecurity professionals to implement the security programs mandated by the regulation. But retailers face special challenges that make them subject to cyber attacks, even with PCI DSS. In order to stay competitive, retailers must provide many point of sale and opportunities for consumers to make quick purchases. However, that creates more opportunities for cyber attacks. Hackers know that if they can compromise a large retailer, they could gain access to data on millions of credit cards, which is extremely valuable on the black market. And that leads to the next reason why retailers are a key marketplace for cybersecurity professionals. They are prime cyber attack targets. According to the Information and Communication Technology firm Entity Group's 2016 Global Threat Intelligence Report, retailers experience more cyber attacks than any industry, three times as many as the previous top target, the financial industry. This drives the need for more qualified security professionals to help protect corporate and customer information. And the final reason why large businesses are a strong marketplace for cybersecurity professionals is the demand for them continues to grow. According to 2015 Burning Glass Cybersecurity Jobs Report, postings for cybersecurity professionals from retailers grew 120% between 2010 and 2014. As the threats to retailers continues to rise, so will the need for cybersecurity professionals. If you aspire to be a cybersecurity professional, then there are two traits which will contribute to your likelihood to be successful in this field: being analytical and technology savvy. If you read through cybersecurity job postings, you will frequently see these words and phrases describing actions performed on the job. Identify, align, prioritize, analyze risk, conduct root cause analysis, conduct forensic analysis, and produce risk matrix are just some of the terms you will run into. These terms are used to describe analytical skills which are frequently desired by employers hiring security professionals. Being analytical is a desired trait for cybersecurity professionals because working with large amount of data and extracting meaningful information can be a big part of the job. An example might be shifting through security event logs or network traffic dumps to gather information about a potential security incident. Or if you are a manager or director, you might need to crunch other types of data like asset inventories or annual budgets. How can you tell if you are analytical? You might be analytical if you like mathematics, crunching numbers in a spreadsheet, writing scripts with Python, Windows PowerShell, or other scripting languages, digging into the details of practically anything and solving problems. You may be analytical and not even realize it. For instance, you may need to take courses in analytical tool sets like Excel or scripting languages to help you enhance these skills for your job. If you find that you enjoy them, you may be analytical after all. And when it comes to being tech savvy, cybersecurity professionals are expected to have a strong proficiency with technology, especially computers and networks. This is not a career field for anyone intimidated with technology. You will need to know your way around computers, hardware, operating systems, and networks. This is the one reason why introductory certifications like CompTIA's A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus are so popular among employers. They demonstrate competency in computers, networks, and security fundamentals. You are probably tech savvy if you follow news about cutting edge hardware and operating systems linked to tinker with hardware and operating systems to optimize their processing and security, and research upcoming technology improvements and look forward to their arrival. Being tech savvy is a trait that aligns well with a career in cybersecurity. A successful career in cybersecurity requires many skills, but having a strong hold on analytics and tech can give you a true competitive edge. There are two traits that will help you throughout your cybersecurity career: being self directed and having a desire to learn. First, let's look at what it means to be self directed and why it's important to your success as a cybersecurity professional. Job listings for cybersecurity professionals will frequently require the candidates to be self directed. This is an important success trait for you as a security professional because employers will often expect you to know how to do your job and not need to be told to do. Ideally, someone who is self directed identifies opportunities for improvement, set goals for themselves to make those improvements, and works towards these goals on their own. If you do this, it makes your boss's job much easier because he or she doesn't need to tell you what to do and hover over you to make sure you are doing your job. Instead, you will set your own goals and your boss will measure your performance based on how well you achieve them. If you aren't sure which goals to work towards, then listen carefully for any initiatives your boss wants accomplished and work your boss's agenda. Find ways you can use your skills and expertise to help your boss reach his or her goals. This not only demonstrates self direction, it makes your boss's job easier, which is always a good idea. Being self directed is a choice. The more self directed you are, the more likely you will succeed in your cybersecurity career. Now, let's talk about your desire to learn. In cybersecurity field, one thing is certain: change. Technology is in a constant state of flux. This in turn leads to changes in security controls and standards. That's why there's always more to learn as a security professional. Even if your job is highly specialized, you will need to learn new versions of hardware and software and how to keep them secure. You might even need to learn about the security implications of brand new technologies like cloud architectures and the Internet of Things. If you don't have that desire to keep learning, you will quickly fall behind the times. Your knowledge will grow stale and you will no longer be as valuable to your employer. To advance in your career, you need to at least stay current. If you stop learning, you will stop growing. One of the benefits of constant learning is it helps you stay ahead of the technology curve. Your employer will probably expect you to give a quick assessment of when technologies change and how these changes will impact security. If you have already learned about these pending changes, you will have formed an opinion and you won't be caught off guard. This means you will be in a better position to help your organization react swiftly to emerging threats. Your desire to learn and being self directed will be valuable traits that will help you succeed in your cybersecurity career. It's not unusual to see job listings for security professionals which include the phrase works well with others. You may recall that some phrases from grade school days clearly the need for people who work well with others is truly timeless. Almost all cybersecurity jobs involve working on a team, so understanding the value of teamwork is important if you want to succeed in this career field. You can't expect to go it alone and have long-term success as a cybersecurity professional. For instance, if you are responsible for remediating security vulnerabilities, you will need to collaborate with the owners of the system which have the vulnerabilities. You won't be able to just patch the vulnerabilities without coordinating with them because that could create downtime for their systems. You will have to work with the system owners to first demonstrate that the patches are important and need to be installed, and then to coordinate a time that works with both of you to get the patches deployed. Another collaboration example is if you are a security manager and you need to write the security policy for your organization. You can't just create any policies you want in a vacuum. You will need to work with the other managers to ensure that the policies match what the organization is willing to do. Writing effective policies that an organization will actually comply with is definitely a team effort. You will also need to know how to interact with others when situations aren't going your way. Be tactful with others, even if you know they are wrong and you are right. Overacting to a situation that could be resolved quickly if handled calmly can cost you your job. Strong teams work together to do what needs to be done to reach a common goal. Collaborating and working well with others are skills worth developing because they not only help your team achieve its objective, they will make your job easier. There are many career options in the field of cybersecurity. I'll introduce 9 main job categories that exist in the cybersecurity field. Keep in mind, with the ever changing threat landscape, new job roles come into existence every day. The 9 job types are specialist, often called technician, analyst, auditor, consultant, engineer, administrator, architect, manager, and director. These are in rough order based on the experience level often required to get hired for these jobs. But as you are climbing the career ladder, you don't necessarily need to follow this order at the top. Many of the security jobs that exist today fall into one of these job types, but of course, there are exceptions like security researchers and the security software developer. There are also many different titles and levels within each of these job types. You can expect to see at least these skill levels for any given job type: junior, mid-level, and senior. So, as an analyst, for instance, can be a junior, a mid-level, or a senior security analyst. There are also a variety of sub roles within each job. So, sticking with the security analyst roles, you might find forensic analyst, risk analyst, and application security analyst, among other analyst roles. While the job types are arranged roughly in order of experience, that doesn't mean your career has to follow the same path to be successful. You can jump forward or backward, but it's always best that the moves you make demonstrate advancing skills and responsibilities. For instance, my career in cybersecurity started as a technical analyst. After many years in support and administration, from consultant, I moved to senior security analyst and then to security manager. Finally, I'll point out that there may be cases where different cybersecurity jobs and titles may blend together. For instance, your job title may be security consultant, but your main responsibility is to conduct security audits. I'll describe each job in general to give you an idea of the possibilities that exist and help you plan your career based on your responsibilities and personality, skill set, and desires. Cybersecurity specialists or technicians perform a wide variety of entry level to intermediate level security jobs. As an cybersecurity specialist or technician, you are there when the organization needs you to get the security job done. Your role will be to support organization's security program and respond immediately in the event of a security incident. In addition to cybersecurity specialist or technician, other common job titles include information security specialist, cybersecurity specialist, computer security technician, and network security specialist. There are quite a few skills included in almost every cybersecurity specialist or technician job listing. The most common is a strong understanding of computer networking concepts such as TCP/IP routing and switching and firewalls. Along with that, knowledge of Windows, Unix, and Linux operating systems is often required. You will use these skills to support the organization's implementation of cybersecurity at the network and operating system level. As a cybersecurity specialist or technician, you will also be expected to have strong skills in security technologies and processes such as IDS, IPS, penetration and vulnerability testing, DLP, and anti-malware. As the job title implies, it's not unusual for an cybersecurity specialist to specialize on implementing and supporting one or more of these technologies or processes. Another skill frequently expected from cybersecurity specialists or technicians is a solid understanding of ISO 27001, 27002, ITL, and COBIT frameworks. Since cybersecurity specialists and technicians often support an organization's implementation of these frameworks, having a firm understanding of them is important. Likewise, many job listings for cybersecurity specialists or technicians require familiarity with PCI, HIPAA, GLBA, and SOX compliance assessments. Many organizations hire cybersecurity specialists and technicians to implement and enforce the security controls required by these regulations. You can start your cybersecurity career as a cybersecurity specialist or technician. But in addition to have this skill I just described, you will need to have at least 1 to 2 years of hands-on experience performing work directly related to the job you are applying for. For senior level cybersecurity specialists or technician jobs, you will need to have at least 5 years of on-the-job experience. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity specialists or technicians include CompTIA A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, CCNA, Sense GX certifications, GSAC, GCIH, and GCIA, CEH, and CISSP. And cybersecurity specialist or technician job is a great way to get your cybersecurity career started and to build the hands-on technical skills that are in demand by employers. Cybersecurity analysts are highly desired because they have solid depth of experience that they can apply to many critical security functions. The cybersecurity analyst role is very versatile, covering nearly every aspect of cybersecurity, and as the title implies, this job is perfect for someone who loves digging into the details, whether you are technical or legal. In addition to cybersecurity analyst, common job titles include vulnerability analyst, compliance analyst, incident response analyst, security risk analyst, intrusion detection analyst, and audit analyst, penetration testers. Experts at finding and exploiting security vulnerabilities are also a type of cybersecurity analyst, and you can expect a wide range of opportunities as an cybersecurity analyst based on your role and experience. You could be an cybersecurity analyst for many years, starting out as a junior analyst and graduating to a senior analyst. From there, it's up to you if you want to stay at the top of the analyst hill or move on to the another cybersecurity job. There are quite a few skills included in almost every cybersecurity analyst job listing. The most common is strong analytical skills. Alice may be considered geeky and wonky to non-analysts, but that's because analysts want to understand how systems or rules work at a deeper level than everyone else. As an analyst, you will be responsible not only for figuring out what happened when a problem occurs, but being able to explain it to people who don't have the analytical skills you do. That's why it's common to see job listing looking for cybersecurity analyst candidates with excellent verbal and written communication skills. Cybersecurity analysts will be expected to handle much problems than fall into their areas of responsibility. Whether that means relying on personal experience handling similar problems in the past or knowing which resources will be most likely to have a quicker answer. Your job will be to figure out the solution. Processing large number of data, whether that's system log data or network traffic, often goes hand in hand with cybersecurity analysis. That's why it's not unusual for cybersecurity analyst job posting to request that the candidate have experience in scripting languages such as Perl, Python, or Windows PowerShell. Cybersecurity analyst positions aren't typically entry level positions. Most job postings require a fair amount of experience. Almost every role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. Many roles will also require 5 to 9 years of experience involving work directly related to the position. You will need to rely on your experience to solve the problems you will encounter on the job. You will need knowledge of technical topics such as TCP/IP or networking, the OSI model, and routing and switching. Finally, you will likely need hands-on experience performing network traffic analysis of log files from a variety of sources such as individual host logs, network traffic logs, firewall logs, or intrusion prevention logs, and intrusion analysis and detection. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity analysts included CompTIA A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, SANGIAC certification, GCIH, GCFE, GCFA, ISMMP, CISM, and CISSP. The cybersecurity analyst job is a great opportunity for anyone who wants to apply their security experience to help organizations tackle their toughest security challenges. Cybersecurity auditors play an important role in the world of cybersecurity. They make sure the organization is securing what it needs to be secured. To do that, they will review the status of all security controls in an organization and report on their findings. Because cybersecurity auditors see all the security flaws in an organization and people might want to influence how they report their findings, it's important that they have very high ethical standards and values. In addition to cybersecurity auditor, common job title includes information security auditor, security compliance auditor, information system auditor, information assurance auditor, and IT auditor. Cybersecurity auditors must understand what the ideal security state is for a particular organization and be able to articulate how close or far the organization is to achieving that state. Therefore, cybersecurity auditors need to have specialized skills and deep experience in cybersecurity to be successful in their job. Cybersecurity auditors needs to be able to interact with people at all levels of an organization. So they will need to have strong interpersonal oral and written communication skills, and cybersecurity auditor job isn't a good fit for someone who prefers to work alone. Of course, cybersecurity auditors must also have strong IT skills such as a deep understanding of Windows, Unix, and Linux operating systems, as well as security technologies like firewalls and intrusion detection and prevention protocols. In addition, because they must deliver detailed technical reports on a timely basis, cybersecurity auditors needs to be proficient in PowerPoint, Word, and Excel, and have experience with Visio and MS Project. And cybersecurity auditor is not an entry level position. You will apply your past experience in IT and cybersecurity as you audit an organization to determine if security gaps exist. That's why job descriptions for cybersecurity auditors will frequently require at least 5 to 7 years of business audit experience with Big Four background preferred. That means auditing experience with accounting firms like Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst& Young, and KPMG will get an employer attention. But you can still get the job if you haven't worked at one of these companies. You will need to have a good working knowledge of regulatory or industry data security standards such as FFIEC, HIPAA, PCI, NIRK, SOX, NIST, EU Safe Harbor, and GLBA. And you will need experience implementing or auditing ISO 27001, 27002, ITIL, or COBIT frameworks. Almost every auditor role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as a computer information system degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity auditor include CISA, CISM, and CISSP. The cybersecurity auditor job is excellent for security professionals who want to use their experience and their understanding of security frameworks to help organizations get more secure. Cybersecurity consultants are highly experienced professionals who provide expert advice and technical guidance to organizations. They can also be responsible for designing, testing, and implementing a wide variety of security solutions. In addition to cybersecurity consultant, common job titles include information security consultant, computer security consultant, database security consultant, network security consultant, and cybersecurity consultant. When it comes to skills, cybersecurity consultants need strong skills in security technologies such as firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, encryption technologies, and more. System and network administration skills on Unix and Windows platform is a must. Cybersecurity consultants will apply their technical skills to determine the most effective way to protect computers, networks, software, data, and information systems against any possible attack. And like cybersecurity auditors, consultants will often be required to perform vulnerability testing, risk analysis, and security assessments following industry standard analysis criteria. But cybersecurity consultants need skills beyond the obvious technical ones. A large part of cybersecurity consultants' job is interviewing staff and heads of departments to determine specific security issues. Therefore, strong interpersonal, oral, and written communication skills are required. Cybersecurity consultants will also deliver technical reports and formal papers on their test findings, as well as need to follow detailed project timelines and milestones. That's why excellent organizational skills are also frequently desired by employers. Almost every consultant role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means in IT fields such as a computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may be accepted. Many roles will require 2 to 4 years of business experience in cybersecurity, and prior consulting or professional services experience may also be preferred. In some cases, cybersecurity consultants will lead a team of cybersecurity specialists or technicians, so prior supervisory experience may be required. And cybersecurity consultants will need experience following ISO 27001, 27002, ITIL, and COBIT frameworks and conducting PCI, HIPAA, NIST, GLBA, or SOX compliance assessments. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity consultants include SANS GX certifications, OSCP, CSC, CPP, PSP, and CISSP. The cybersecurity consultant job is ideal for security professionals with solid technical experience and strong people skills. Cybersecurity engineers are technical experts who build security systems and tackle complex security problems. They are the ones who install, configure, and troubleshoot firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, and other security infrastructure. Cybersecurity engineers also develop new technical solutions and security tools to solve existing production issues. In addition to cybersecurity engineer, common job title includes network security engineer, information assurance engineer, information security engineer, and information system security engineer. Cybersecurity engineers are expected to have very strong technical skills. This usually isn't a problem for engineers because most are so passionate about IT and security technology that they consider it fun and like to play with home networks in their space time. Security engineers will need to know a wide variety of technology and processes. Depending on the role, you may be expected to know how to utilize IDS, IPS, firewalls, ethical hacking, anti-malware, DNS, encryption technologies and standards, VoIP, application security, and network routing methods. Windows, Unix, or Linux operating system administration skills are also frequently desired by employers. Depending on the nature of job, cyber security engineers may also need to know secure coding practices. A firm understanding of identity and access management principles and virtualization technologies are also skills that often appear in cybersecurity engineering job listings. Because cybersecurity engineers often develop scripts to handle and track instance and automate repeatable tasks, scripting skills and experience with scripting languages such as Python, Perl, and Windows PowerShell may be required. Cybersecurity engineers will also investigate intrusion incidents and conduct forensic investigations and lead incident responses. So, prior experience with the incident response would be beneficial. Cybersecurity engineer jobs won't be entry-level positions. These job postings typically require at least 5 years of experience in the IT field with at least 3 years of experience in cybersecurity. Almost every engineer role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. You will also need to demonstrate extensive hands-on experience with security and networking technologies, as well as at least one major network operating systems, either Windows, Unix, or Linux. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity engineers include CEH, GIAC certifications, GSEC, GCIH, GCIA, CCNP security, and CISSP. If you have a passion for IT and security technologies and love to learn new systems inside and out, cybersecurity engineer may be a great fit for you. Cybersecurity administrators configure and support security systems such as firewalls, anti-malware software, and patch management systems. They also manually administer user rights to systems to ensure only authorized people can access them. In addition to cybersecurity administrator, common job titles include system security administrator, network security administrator, and information security administrator. As their title says, cybersecurity administrators need solid Windows, Unix, or Linux operating system administration skills. And because they must analyze and implement network applications and data security, cybersecurity administrators must understand common protocols such as TCP/IP, SSL, TLS, HTTP, DNS, SMTP, and IPsec. Cybersecurity administrators are also expected to monitor network traffic for unusual activities, so familiarity with packet analysis tools and how they work is a frequently desired skill among employers. Other skills that are often required include a strong understanding of a firewall technology plus excellent analytical and problem solving skills. Cybersecurity administrator jobs aren't typically entry level positions. Most job posting will require a minimum of 1 to 2 years of IT experience and at least 1 year of security administration experience or equivalent. Almost every administrator role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. You will also be expected to have technical hands-on experience with security and networking technologies such as identity and access management, firewalls, VPNs, IDS, IPS, TCP/IP, computer networking, routing and switching, security information and event management systems, vulnerability management practices, network scanning tools, and more. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity administrators include Security Plus, CCNA, ENSA, CISSP, and CISM. Cybersecurity administrators' role are great for security professionals who want to use their in-depth knowledge of security systems and access management to help protect organizations. Cybersecurity architects plan, research, and design security architectures and ensure that they are deployed properly. Since cybersecurity architect is often a senior level position with much responsibility, it is not unusual for architects to provide technical supervision for and guidance to a security team. As in cybersecurity architect, you might be responsible for designing an architecture that looks like this. For example, you would know what all the components do, what they are necessary, where they belong, and how they work together. You would also be able to review the security configurations of each of the components to ensure that they are providing the level of security required by the organization. As the designer of this architecture, you would be responsible for identifying integration issues for each component as well as preparing cost estimates. In addition to cybersecurity architect, common job titles include information security architect, information system security architect, and cybersecurity architect. Architects are among the highest skilled of all cybersecurity jobs. Architects are part engineer because they must develop complex security solutions, part analyst because they must thoroughly understand the security environment they are working in, and part consultant because they must work with many teams to successfully deploy their architectures. They need strong system administration skills in Windows, Unix, and Linux operating systems, and they must have skills with many security technologies and processes such as multi-factor authentication, IDS/IPS, firewalls, penetration and vulnerability testing, anti-malware, VPNs, application security, advanced persistent threat, phishing, and social engineering. Cybersecurity architects must have a thorough understanding of authentication technologies, security attack methodologies, and network security architectures. They also need solid people skills because they must interact with personals at all level and across all business units. Cybersecurity architect jobs aren't entry-level positions. Most job postings will require a minimum of 7 years of hands-on experience in information security and or IT risk management, and at least 5 years of experience architecting solutions with a concentrated focus on security, performance, scalability, and reliability. Almost every architect role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as information system degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity architects include CISSP, CISSP, ISSAP, CISM, CEH, CSSA, and GX certifications that includes GSEC, GCIH, and GCIA. Cybersecurity architect jobs are perfect for highly experienced security professionals who want to put their knowledge to work designing and implementing architectures that will help protect information systems. Cybersecurity managers manage people and projects to help organizations implement successful security programs. As in cybersecurity manager, your job will be to create and execute strategies to improve security. This means you will need to have a deep understanding of security programs based on many years of experience. And cybersecurity manager's job often includes writing and implementing security policies and procedures, leading security audits, forensic investigations, and mitigation procedures, and overseeing security awareness and training programs. In addition to cybersecurity manager, common job titles include information security manager, information systems security manager, and application security manager. Cybersecurity managers must have a good mix of technical and management skills. So, in addition to having a thorough understanding of technical networking concepts, security managers must have strong interpersonal, written, and oral communication skills. They also need analytical and leadership skills. Experience leading diverse teams and driving organizational change are often requirements on cybersecurity manager job postings. Because they will be implementing a reliable security program, cybersecurity managers need to know ISO 27001, 27002, ITIL, and COBIT frameworks, as well as understand PCI, HIPAA, NIST, GLBA, or SOX compliance assessments. Security managers need to see the big picture, so their skills should include practices and methods of IT strategy, enterprise architecture, and security architecture. They will be expected to have experience implementing information security best practices and standards, and they should know security risk assessment technologies to measure and manage the risk in their security programs. Cybersecurity manager jobs aren't entry level positions. Most job posting will require a minimum of 6 years of hands on experience in information security or a combination of information security and IT audit or related discipline. Almost every manager role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as a computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity managers include CISM, CISSP, CISSP ISSMP, and GIAC GSLC. Cybersecurity managers' jobs are great for security professionals with a depth of technical and people experience and desire to lead an organization's security program. Cybersecurity directors provide the organization security vision and work with their teams and senior leadership to ensure their vision gets implemented. As an cybersecurity director, you will leverage your extensive IT and management experience to lead security programs and the deployment of security technologies. Cybersecurity directors supervise security departments and ensure security policies, procedures, and protocols are being executed correctly and by the appropriate teams. And as members of an organization's executive management, cybersecurity directors must prepare and deliver technical security reports to other members of the executive team. In addition to cybersecurity director, common job titles include information security director, chief information security director or CISO, chief security officer or CSO, and deputy CISO. Cybersecurity directors must have strong technical management and people skills. Key technical skills they need are a thorough understanding of TCP/IP, computer networking, routing and switching, DNS, authentication, VPN, proxy services, and DDoS mitigation technologies. Because they are responsible for managing the security of an entire organization, directors must have a deep knowledge of ISO 27001, 27002, ITIL, and COBIT frameworks, as well as PCI, HIPAA, NIST, GLBA, and SOX compliance assessments. Cybersecurity directors need to have the big picture, so IT strategy, enterprise architecture, and security architecture skills are essential. And due to the nature of their position, they need to have strong interpersonal, written communication, oral communication, and analytical skills. Cybersecurity director jobs aren't entry level positions. Most job posting will require a minimum of 8 years in the cybersecurity field and a minimum of 4 years of experience managing direct reports. Almost every director role will require a bachelor's degree in a related field. This means an IT field such as a computer information systems degree. Other technical degrees may also be accepted. And it's not unusual to have jobs listing also require a master's degree for director positions. They will also be expected to demonstrate a track record of strong performance management, mentoring, and team development. Frequently desired certifications for cybersecurity director include CISA, CISM, CISSP, and CISSP ISSMP. And cybersecurity director job represents the pinnacle of the cybersecurity career track. It's a high responsibility position perfect for people who have the experience and vision to lead the security for an entire organization. Thank you for watching. If you have got any question or concern, then please drop us an email at cybitcyber@gmail.com or drop your concern in the comment box. Alternatively, you can follow us on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Tumblr using our unique ID CybitCyber. Please subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell icon so you get a notification on my next upload of this course, where I'm going to talk about each cybersecurity certification in detail. I will then talk about cybersecurity career path that you should opt. Also, I will provide cybersecurity career advice and will guide you to the next steps of your journey.